Hey kids! Nope, it's not vanilla. Yeah, we're here on Streamcraft, running the Crackpack. It's been up for 7.5 days, and I'm sorry to say that I have not yet beaten the game. Yep, that's it. I'm slipping in my old age. I have been slacking. My entire ore smelting setup consists of these guys. I've failed you. No, I'm trying to decide what I want to do. The Crackpack is so just a complete kitchen sink kind of pack that I'm having a hard time deciding what direction to go. I figure the least I should do is try to use some mods I don't use much. Although you look here and the first thing you see is Immersive Engineering Tinker's Thermal Expansion Mechanism in IC2, which is using everything I've ever had. This here. Decided to dip into modular power suits. It's actually the second one I had to build. I fell through that purple portal out there, and then fell out of the world. Took all my first set of decent tools with me, a modular power suit, a really nice bow. I was a little pissed off about that and rage quit. Thankfully, this thing is mostly just silver, copper, and invar. Things that aren't that difficult to get. We had to turn down the boss. Was it boss mobs? Yeah, the one with really fast zombies and the spiders that make spiders. If you think this is, this is a slight testament to how bad the first few days are, here's the rest of it. Just to give you some idea what kind of horrible time I've had. Is that all of them yet? A couple more? There. That's the bad time I've had. I managed to, find myself a nice little island. Would it? No, of course it's going to do that to me. Step outside into the sunlight. There. So I found this nice little island. Spawn is actually right over here. If I zoom in enough. Yeah, there's that. Oh, sorry, I just pounded a pizza pop. I'm getting a little burpy. That's the furnace that got walled in by spruce planks. That's the That's the Tinker setup from the first time. That's some cobble someone threw down. Yeah. Here's the City of Death with that oh-so-wonderful silverfish incident. Yeah, that was not fun. Since then, I've done a little bit of exploring. Not a huge amount. I don't want to blow the map up. And, as the pack gets updates, things will get added to it. Oh, there's a village over here I didn't know about. Visit there someday. As the pack gets updated, new stuff will come along, and I don't want to completely screw myself out of that. The island... I found this out. I didn't know any of this stuff here on the east. Like all this entire landmass. I didn't know about that, right? I came floating down here, I found an island. I went that way, a bunch of water. Step off the end of this thing, continent. Yeah, somehow I missed that. But, yeah. There's an ugly little starter house, cobble, limestone, a few windows. Let's look outside. Very quick farm. To tell you the truth, I'm not even really using all that well. Harvesting for stuff to harvest. These remnants from the frickin' boss mobs. Here. And I took one apart down there. Yeah, this was the kind of infestation I had. That was the only tool that worked. Yeah. Thankfully, we're eventually going to wander away from this place. Once I find a nice spot to work. I'm here just because it's a plains and a forest. A nice open spot to work. I've got some of the things I won't talk about because they cost me subscribers. I'd totally forgotten that these guys did that. Oh, Justice was here. Spruce trees. the simplest power setup one can really come up with. Well, not really. It is mechanism and RF tools. In here, I found oh, that's why. Duh. I hear thinking it's in the Skystone chest. This is a metals chest. Something Railcraft added that I didn't even know about. It does this. Put that in there. Wait a couple of seconds. Hands off everything. Does that. Doesn't do it with everything, unfortunately. Yeah. It does turn thermal expansion and Tinker's stuff into Railcraft stuff, and then boxes them up, which is kind of neat. So it does iron, gold, copper, tin, lead, but it doesn't touch silver for some weird reason. I don't quite know why. You know, it does lead, or because there's no silver in Railcraft. That's probably it. Building up with these. That's not just mining. I managed to build a digital miner to grab a few things. This is looking kind of creepy. Give me a sec to clean this place up. I'm not sure I can stand looking at myself quite this much. So in other silly ideas, yep, I haven't. That little thing down there tells you how long it's been since I've got around to configuring keys in here. I did this mostly just for shits and giggles. You know, it's not as fast as the digital miner. It's constant though. I do need a lot of aluminum. I want to go to ouch. I want to try Galacticraft. Galacticraft requires a lot of aluminum, among other things. We're dipping into one of those mods I don't like. To build this. So, one nice thing about Punannycraft is that it's going to let us use oil. Do I have need an actual bucket? Nope, not putting anything there. And now I've made a hole in the floor. Put it over here. Oh, not with that one. There. Let's pick that up. Place our divot. One nice thing about Buildcraft oil, and I think it's actually Galacticraft oil. Yeah, that's why. But they tinker around with it, so you can run it through a Metacraft refinery to get, in order, we're going to get diesel, kerosene, gasoline, and LPG, liquid petroleum gas. Each of these has a use. Gasoline becomes Galacticraft rocket fuel. So if we want to go to space, we're going to need fuel. If we're going to make fuel, we might as well make other things. That, and I need to figure out how some of these other mods work, just in case I ever get stuck in a pack where I actually need them. I think the furthest I went in Pneumaticraft was in Crash Landings, and that was a year or so ago? No, that was a couple years ago, wasn't it? So things have changed since then. Most notably liquid compressors. I don't think the refinery even existed then. Although I know we wanted to build one of these in TechNode until somebody Bunsen decided to take out the Amadron tablet so we couldn't trade for oil. Which was really unfair. I had a whole plan for that and they wrecked it. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick this pig just to make sure it does what I want it to. See, I'm not sure if I should have went with the... I went with the flux duct just because they're rather cheap. They're only 3 ingots, 2 of one of the other. And I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think any of these are going to top out by the time anything gets done. So if we go like this, what do I want to use? We'll just throw it in the liquid compressor. Uses it? Yes, but not terribly efficiently. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the way a frac tower works, you apply heat to crack oil into its lighter constituents. I have a feeling this isn't going to produce a whole lot of heat, though. Thankfully, I had some coal. There we are. get this nonsense running. Of course my phone's ringing. 1 second. Yep, nothing like having your phone company call you up and ask you if you want to go to some other nonsense you're not interested in. Never quite understood that. We want you to pay your bills online. How am I supposed to tell them that I can't manage to craft a PayPal password to keep me from buying stuff when I'm drunk? Really don't think it's the kind of security they're looking for. Now, in the midst of my ranting, we have managed to get a little bit of stuff going here. We have half a barrel of gasoline, half a thing of kerosene. There's going to be a bunch of diesel in here waiting for these things to finish using the oil, and then they'll run better. I think gasoline is the best one to run off, but we got to use that for something else. They'll run okay on kerosene, but I want to save that for what's going to be the second step of all of this stuff. This setup is not temporary, because I'm just going to hop into creative and I'll show you the mess I've created there. So this is the monster's final form. We're in creative right now. What I found out is that the people who came up with Pneumaticraft's heat system, one of the things they added is that these things here, all the advanced stuff creates heat as a byproduct, and you're expected to bleed that heat away through things like heat sinks, right? So the way this nonsense works is we're using air to run a vortex tube to create heat to fractionally distillate oil, or just frac, F-R-A-C, not F-R-E-C-K, that's a wholly different stuff. That involves drilling. Use this to split the oil into its constituents. And they didn't quite clue in to the fact that if you're going to make something that runs on heat, you might want to make the bad side effect of something to be significantly more efficient than your other power generation methods. Yeah. So right now we got 3 vortex tubes, running pretty hard. These are all full of speed upgrades, and the regular ones don't create heat. Right? So this guy here with all this stuff, right? We've got 4 things running, they're all overclocked to some extent, and they're pushing this guy to 293 degrees Celsius. And I can't really tell how fast it's going. Meanwhile, these 3 overclocked once. And they're producing more temperature than all 4 of those. Go figure. This is, I don't know if this was an intentional method of power cogen, but I don't care because it works. The only reason I'm not doing this right now is because these guys here, they require blue plastic. Blue plastic requires LPG, liquid petroleum gas. That's the stuff in the pipe there. We've got 50-some buckets of it. We've also got stupid time changes. Yeah. I don't think they intended this to be an effective use of a deterrent. So, yeah. Right now this is going to run for a little while. We have something on the order of a disgusting amount of oil. Oil's really, really plentiful in this pack. Not quite so plentiful, I think, as to be a reliable power source, because you have to go and get it all the time. What the heck are all of them things over there? There's a whole bunch of evil over here. Where is it? Yes, this is a chainsaw. I built this mostly for, how do I get to it? Where's my achievements menu? Minecraft, IC2. So you build a chainsaw, Lumberjack Assassin, And then you do that with it. That was the main reason I built the chainsaw. It's I can't tinker tool up anything more efficient than that right now. I hear you. Where are you? Yeah, I'm just using that torch again because wow, you're like right here. Where are you? Oh, there we are. Someone's dying in lava. Angry zombies. Yeah, well, I don't know how to tell you this. We're gonna do a little Evil Dead here. Because I don't have to worry about those stupid frickin' boss zombies anymore. Oh, those things were a pain. And you can tell, right? They had to run a script to kill all of these stupid spiders off. Look at how many... This is what happens to them when they die. They make this thing. Which is a terrible idea, because that's entirely capable of messing up your base. I have not yet been down here. And someone decided... There's this... I think this is the unicorns and... whatever mod. Ah! Someone decided that horses need to spawn underground. Cannot stress how much of a terrible idea this is. Here's my chainsaw. Nope, my chainsaw. Okay, you know what? Reclassify you. Get on my nerves. I like the modular power suit against regular mobs. I don't die quite as easily. I also really like this ability to sit here and throw spam torches everywhere. No, I don't want you. So I get... Oh, I got a saddle. I have an arrow over my head. I still haven't... I can't show you what upgrades I have here now. I only have the diamond armor upgrade because I don't have access to... Oh, what do I need? I need ender pearls. And right now, all of my ender pearls... Can I reach this from here? Nope. All of my ender pearls are going to go into the ion thruster upgrade. Because I want to fly, but I don't feel like having to take off my armor to do it. Spam a bunch of these around here. Trying to light the place up so I can build just a everyday vanilla farm. And that's all lit up. Until... Here's the problem. As far as mob drops go, all I really want are ender pearls. Bone meal is nice, but there's other things that take place bone meal. Zombie flesh would be useful if I were doing something with zombie flesh. There's not a lot you can really do with zombie flesh. Maybe you can make leather and zombie jerky out of it. That's nice. Let's get up here. I thought I heard something fall. Yeah, I've got a big, goofy, vanilla-style mob tower up there. This must have been a lava bucket I put down. Maybe not. No, I definitely didn't come down this far. Yeah. Definitely didn't come down. No, it's a piece of cobble. I've been here. Probably just ran away because of the spiders. Yeah, as far as mob drops go, ender pearl... Oh, wow, there's a ton of these things, isn't there? That's 2 of them. Yeah, they had to run a script to kill them off. That's how numerous they were. It got so bad that vanilla mobs weren't spawning. And when vanilla mobs don't spawn, you don't get access to anything. It really screws up a plan. Yeah, the only mob drops I actually need are ender pearls. For all the weird upgrades, I do need blaze rods, but the idea that words are hard. Plan with... These always have the same kind of thing. It's some kind of diamond sword, of golden apple, and some bottle of enchanting. which is not an adequate reward for how much of a pain in the fucking ass those things were. Yeah, I'll be using probably an MFR spawner and some form of mob generation. Either stealing a diamond dolly or just the previously mentioned big stupid mob tower. One thing I have noticed is in this power suit, you don't swim for F all. You don't, like, granted, the thing weighs a lot of weight. But yeah, that thing there I built mostly to try to get mob drops out of it. Even with just me on the surface, and you see all these blue dots? Those are all of these things. Spam them everywhere. It doesn't produce zip all for drops. Right? We got gunpowder, some bones. I opened up a Thaumcraft thingy. A witch hat. Did it all? Eh. Well, that just totally ruins the aesthetic, doesn't it? And it's not pointy, like it should be. Well, I look like a Space Marines of the Evil Leprechauns chapter or something. Let's put that back on. I don't feel safe without it. Yeah, does not work as advertised. So at some point we're going to have to go to the Nether. We're going to have to get the stuff we need for MFR spawner and then enough vanilla mobs to just make all the blaze rods we need. And then we'll never have to go to the Nether again, which is great. Ouch. What I think I have... I'm fairly certain that I have passed the reach of my harvester up there. And these definitely aren't in range of those sprinklers. So I'll have to expand that. How far are we getting here? Got... You have nothing. Why do you have nothing? Oh, because it's all going into you. Well, that's unfortunate. You have... What are you making? Making 0.7. That's no help. We're not high enough. Yeah, so... What's going to happen is that we're going to have to make a bunch of blue plastic so we can make the other things, so we can reliably cheat and make things function faster. But that's going to be for next episode. Hopefully by then I'll have figured out what I want to build for an actual base, and I won't be staring at the ugliness of my basement. Hopefully. I'll see you then.